Welcome back to another episode on Just My Cars, guys, and today I'll be reviewing this Mark 7 Golf. So the video today is something new. We're trying different things on the channel. What we thought we'd try is cars for young drivers reviews. So this is the first one. It's the Volkswagen Golf, belongs to my friend. In the market segment they sit in, it's very important that it looks nice, and I really do think that this Golf, the Mark 7, really ticks that box. Definitely a big tick for looks wise. That's the first impressions of the car, how it looks on the outside. So let's get into the rest of the review. This is a 2013 plate, so it's a 63 plate, a Mark 7. But it's pretty representative of all Golfs, to be fair. Like, I'm pretty sure even if you got like a Mark 5, like an older one, it'd still feel pretty nice if it was well looked after. It has a very high quality feel to it. This particular model is very well spec'd. It's not like a GT, but for a model lower down in the range, it still has a good quality dashboard and center console. Does its job. All the buttons are very clearly laid out. Got a lot of cubby holes as well, so you can hide things. Talk about the infotainment system quickly. So, first off, there's loads of different things. You've got the radio, CD, SD card, aux, and obviously Bluetooth. That's how I'm playing the song right now. Obviously you make calls, make calls and stuff through your phone. You can set system set up here, and then you've got the car information as well, which is obviously very Right now the screen is in this way it is, but when you bring your hand closer to the screen, it makes the buttons come up. So the way it is like that, when you bring your hand closer to the screen, for example, if you wanted to change song, there you go, come up. It's very easy to use, it moves around a lot, and this is pretty sick. This is what I really like. So right now the song's paused, can you see? So I can either start it again by pressing play, or I could turn it down all the way to nothing and it will pause. Oh yeah, and also the sound system is pretty good. Like, the speakers are quite high quality. If you turn it all the way up. Definitely up to something. Better protect your shit when your shit gets stolen. So, the boot space is already quite large. So let's close the boot, and then you can put the seats down, they fall down flat, you know, which will help with things like such as when you're traveling. Let's say you want to go on a massive road trip, you and your mates, big boot, put the seat down. If, for example, one day you go out on a messy night and you decided, I'll drive and I'll be sensible, but because you're young, you weren't sensible, you decide to sleep in the car. You end up in the back of your car, like you need to sleep or whatever. You find yourself trapped inside your car for whatever reason. You can use this little hatch here, use your key, slide it in there, push it in, and you will get out from the inside using the key. And there you go. Amazing. The Golf is a class leader in pretty much every aspect of what a Golf does, and one of those is also cabin size. So this isn't my most ideal driving position. However, if, for example, I was on a bit of a journey and I needed to take a few of my friends, this wouldn't be too bad. I'd be happy to drive this journey for a few hours. And if you compare that to the back seat, so look at if you see my driving position, I'm 6'4", and we'll look at the back seat now. With the seat in the position that I left it in, yeah, I don't have any leg room, but I do have a bit of headroom, a bit of space to move around, and if I was of average height, not a freak of nature that I am, you can move the chair a bit, the chair will be a bit further forward, and I have loads of space. The two passengers behind the driver and the front passenger will be quite comfortable. There's a lot of space here, as I said earlier. The seat is quite supportive, it's got a headrest and everything. However, there's a big lump here. The transmission tunnel also, because the Golf comes in four-wheel drive, you know, in the Golf R, it needs space for the prop shaft, so this is always going to be quite high up. So therefore, if you're the short one of the batch, you're going to be sitting in the middle. So yeah, this is how you'd be sitting.
So this very car is powered by a 1.2 TSI. I haven't really noticed that it's a 1.2, and there hasn't been a time where I felt that the car has needed more power. It's very smooth. It would be very easy to drive on a long journey and enough power for everyday use. So for example, if you're in traffic and you see a little gap, it has enough power just to nip out into that gap without feeling like it's struggling.
We won't talk about the engine technology stuff because, you know, Volkswagen, they told us a few fibs, so we'll gloss over that. You just decide, just know it probably would save a lot of petrol. It wouldn't be, it's not a very thirsty car for sure. The gearbox, it feels notchy when you're putting it in gear, but it's very smooth on the gear changes itself. The steering does something kind of cool. So when you're driving around, you're moving at very low speeds, like you're just riding the clutch, the steering is extremely light. But then when you actually start driving places and stuff, the steering becomes a bit heavier when you're moving around, so it gives it a slightly more sportier feel. Like it feels like a more powerful car basically, which is nice. The reason why it's so successful in general is just because, well, it's not just obviously because of its amazing quality inside and out and build quality or whatever, it's also its versatility. That's what really makes a Golf good, how versatile it is. Because you can get a really cheap model that has nothing, like it doesn't even have Bluetooth or whatever. You can get the base model, where you're only, well, for example, where pretty much your only luxury might be air conditioning and that's it. But it will still feel like a nice car. When you're driving it, you'll still know that, yeah, this car is a good car. Like it won't break down all the time. It will last me quite a while. But at the same time, you can get one that's really nice. Like you can get like I said, like a Golf R or Golf GTI that's very capable when it comes to performance. It's also extremely practical because again, it's still a Golf. It still has all the practicality of a normal Golf. It'll be a bit nicer inside as well because you get a lot more upgrades in those models, because obviously, like for example, the Golf R is like 30 grand plus. But the other thing as well is that it's classless. So somebody, you don't know who's driving this car. You don't know the person that's driving this car, are they young and living at home, like hopefully most of you guys watching would be, or are they homeowners that work full-time in a high-flying job? You don't know. People that drive this car, they don't have a false sense of achievement because they just drive a Golf. They're like, oh, it does everything I need to do. It feels good. I'm getting what I paid for. So why would I have any other car? You can drive it to the shops, or you can drive it to a club, and you can also take it to the opera and just leave it parked outside. I don't know if any of you lots do that. If you do, hold tight, you in it. You feel that this car is gonna last a long time, which is always good when you're a young driver, you know, because you never know. You might have bought this car and think, yeah, I'll get a new car in 2 years' time. And 2 years' time comes, you're still not really, you ain't got a lot of money because, you know, you're still young. And if you get this, for example, on finance or whatever, it's gonna feel nice all the way till you give it back. Even the sound of the indicator sounds like it's high quality. It's very German.
Golfs are often referred to as the older car you will ever need, which in the case of this Mark 7 is very true. You can really feel that sentence flowing through the car. You can feel that Volkswagen make every Golf with that sentence at the front of their minds, from the planning stage up till the last finishing detail, from the engine to the new features. Everything within the car feels great, and it doesn't feel like it's going to let you down ever, even when you, the driver, let it down.
So overall, I really like this car. I really enjoyed driving it around today. So easy to drive. I jumped in, I got used to it in like 2-3 minutes. If you're a young driver, so I'm not saying it's your first car, but you know, if you're not extremely experienced, you can't really get a Range Rover obviously, but you know, you just want something that's nice, something that you can drive everywhere and use all the time, this car's perfect. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll be able to bring you some more of these because I quite enjoyed this video and I hope you guys enjoyed watching it, and I hope it's been informative, you know. That's what I really want it to be, so you guys can watch it and be like, oh yeah, tell other people, yeah, that's what I learned about my car. That's why I knew what car to buy on Just Mad Cars, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, thanks again guys, and stay blessed, you know.